and inclusion?
We have so much agreed on what the declaration should look like. And that is the easier part. The more difficult part is to put money, action, and effort into getting every item of the declaration to reality. There are many kids out there who are not in class. I discovered in my own case that most of the students in the university came from the middle class. Children from difficult backgrounds, vulnerable families, they were most likely not in university. And that is why we changed the financing model for university. We came up with a student-centered model so that we get more children. We did affirmative action, more children from vulnerable backgrounds to access university education. And finally, we also discovered that people who live in informal settlements, in rural areas, did not have laboratories, did not have adequate classrooms, and as a result, we rolled out a program to do another 23,000 classrooms, 1,600 laboratories, especially in neighborhoods that were vulnerable. So again, targeted affirmative action in areas that are challenged, unnecessary, and therefore associating with what has been said in the declaration is something that we need to match what we have agreed with action.
Targeted affirmative action. Thank you so much, President Ruto. President Begaj, your final thoughts. What decisive action do we need to take after this Doha political declaration to make sure that education is indeed the driving force of opportunity and inclusion for all?
I think we have to do more. Instead of making those nice speeches everywhere, we have to do actions much more. So I think people deserve that, and based on the SDGs, that no one can be left behind. Everyone has the right to have education, and we have to work about that and to get in action.
Thank you very much, President Begaj. President Whips, you have the final word. What decisive action should we be taking after Doha?
Well, I think we need to start by really putting those action into words, and Secretary General Gutierrez reminded us that if we're not spending 15% of our budget on education or 4% of our GDP, then we're not really serious about it. So we need to go home. We need to make sure as leaders that that is a minimum, and we need to take action, because every dollar spent on our children is an investment that will return billions back into our nation. So,
thank you very much, President Whips. Thank you, Your Excellencies, for your rich insights and for your contributions. We've heard today something that is clear, and that is education must not stand apart from social development. It must drive it. May the commitments voiced here in Doha translate into